What and who inspired you to like music?
What inspired me to like music was how expressive it could be. You could pour out your emotions, whatever you feel, whether it's good or bad. It's just a good way to like let out anything that you're feeling, but in a positive way. Who inspired me to like music? I guess you can say my sister, because like I grew up listening to like the same kind of music that she listened to. Like I grew up listening to people like Bow Wow and B5 and people like them. But as I got older, I developed my own taste in music, which then I found that like my favorite artist was Chris Brown. And I like Chris Brown because he liked everything, and I feel like most of his music I could relate to.
If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
I could bring back one good artist. It would have to be Aaliyah. I say Aaliyah because I felt like she was different. Like she was different from like a lot of the female artists in today's generation, because like she had her own sense of style. Like everything about her was different. She didn't feel the need to like fit in with people. She had her own definition of beauty, and like she was her own person. And like I feel like that's like the most important thing in the music industry, is to like just be yourself, because like a lot of people today, they just like they so busy trying to follow after each other and just follow after each other. And I don't think you should do that. Just be yourself. If you know who you are, then do what you know. It's you. Be your own person.
What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve and why?
A music artist I feel that doesn't get the recognition they deserve, it has to be Sia. And I say Sia because she's a good artist. She made hits such as Chandelier and Elastic Heart. And I feel as if she doesn't get enough recognition because the fact that she's like very humble, like she's a very humble person. Because if you know Sia, you would know that like she never showed her face before. Like she always had a dancer, I think her name Maddie. Like in all her music videos, they had Maddie in it. Like no one never saw her face before, and like I think that's very good, because it's like she could go out in public, she could be herself without all the extra stuff going on or whatever. And also like it shows that like she's just not in the music business just to be known or famous. Like she's actually doing something that she loves, because like I guess.
Hello, my name is Dae'Ja, and I will be doing a project for Ms.Jones class, music. What inspired me to like music is my sister. Back in the day, she loved music, so since she was my role model, I love music also. My favorite artist who inspired me to love music is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is my favorite artist because he was the best of all time, and he was the pop king. If I could bring back one great artist, who would it be? It would be Whitney Houston, because Whitney Houston made songs that mean things, and she was the best. Like for my fourth grade. Hello, my name is Dae'Ja, and I will be doing a project for Ms.Jones class, music. What inspired me to like music is my sister. Back in the day, she loved music, so since she was my role model, I love music also. My favorite artist who inspired me to love music is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is my favorite artist because he was the best of all time, and he was the pop king.
And who do we have volunteering today?
Justin Adams.
Okay. What and who inspired you to like music?
My parents, and I think when we ride to school listening to the radio, they probably were the first influence on my life. It's probably what started me liking music.
Okay. Question number 2. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Jimi Hendrix, because he was the greatest guitar player that's ever been, and he died way too young.
And question number 3. What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve and why?
I don't think a specific artist. I think nowadays the music has gotten so produced in a non-musical sense, like they have the perfect sound for everything. I think the real artists that actually play the instruments are the ones that are underappreciated.
Okay. Any particular person you want to name?
No, not off the top of my head.
All right, Justin, thank you for your
Thank you.
participation. And who will be interviewing today?
Shantia Scott.
Thank you. What and who inspired you to like music?
Life, circumstances that I went through. Music was always my gateway, something that helped me get through a lot of stuff.
Great. Question number 2. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Whitney Houston, because she's the voice, and a lot of people forgot that due to her struggles in life, and I think that overpowered what she really was, a legend.
Wonderful. What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve and why?
I think there's a lot, but one, J. Cole, because he is hip-hop. He has a message. It's not about just the same stuff we hear and watered down music. He tells a story in his music, so I think he's one of the artists that are very underrated and underappreciated.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are here with Miami Northwestern senior Freddie Johnson.
What and who inspired you to like music?
Who inspired me to like music? Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls inspired me to like music because
Can you project?
Cause his music, he speaks stories, and like when you listen to his music, you can actually see what he's talking about on a daily basis.
Okay, that's good. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be?
Michael Jackson,
Why?
cause he's the king of pop, and I just like Michael.
You just like him?
Yeah.
Okay. What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve?
Kevin Gates.
Why?
Because his music just energetic. Like you could play one Kevin Gates song and like you can be able to do anything. Like it's a good workout song. We make good workout music. Music that gets you in your feelings. Just like Kevin Gates. That's
What's your favorite song by him?
my favorite song by Kevin Gates is "I Get It Off the Mud."
Oh, I don't know that song, but okay. Yeah.
What's the first question?
What and who inspired you to like music?
Miles Davis inspired me to like music. I've always been a fan of mostly like jazz music, and Miles Davis his music is soothing.
Okay. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Whitney Houston.
Why?
Because Whitney, like when she sung, it's like you could be down, but her voice just bring the inner happiness out of you. Like her voice was that voice for a sad day.
Oh, okay, that's cool. What's your favorite song by her?
I Look to You. It's a gospel song.
Oh, okay. What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve?
I feel like J-Lo. Oh, Sia. I'm sorry. I feel like Sia. Because, like, what you don't understand is half of these music that y'all listen to by other artists, Sia took her time out and wrote it. But nobody won't tell you that Sia wrote it. But she wrote it, and I feel like nobody give her props for that because she make very great music. She's a humble person. She don't show her face. And, like, because she don't show her face, it's because she don't want to be like other singers. Paparazzi's always in their business, and a lot of times that could lead to people killing themselves, suicide. And Sia is just a very humble person. She write great music, but nobody realized that.
Okay, thank you.
State your name, please.
Nadetta Matthews.
Okay, the interview will begin. What and who inspired you to like music?
Toots and the Maytals. They used musical instruments, not mixers, to make their music. From the guitar to the drums and just everyday items. And they revitalized music of the 50s and the 60s, and what Toots and the Maytals, what they did was play a genre of music called ska, and from there reggae developed, and so did R&B and jazz.
So this would be something that's well known by the Jamaican or the Caribbean culture?
Possibly, if you're deep into music, then you will know it, internationally. But it's started out in Jamaica.
Okay. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Somebody that passed, that would be hard. There are just so many artists that influence music. I can't say that I could bring back just one person, but everyone brings something to the genre, to their different genres.
Okay, so if it could only be one, who would it be?
Someone that passed? Oh my goodness. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley! Blah, 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 blah!
Oh my gosh.
What music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve and why?
Jeffrey Osborne. I feel that he is he's not really, you can't put him in a group of his own as say R&B, soul, but just his musical talent as a whole, the type of music that he's over 30 years in the music industry and growing, and the style of music he played not only could influence my generation, but the generation before him and beyond. And I don't think he gets enough recognition.
Thank you. And who do we have today?
David Santana.
Okay. Who and what inspired you to like music?
It'll probably be like my dad, because I used to ride with him all the time in the car, and he would be the DJ of the car. So he got me used to like the oldies and like all the Spanish stations growing up. So I would say him.
And if you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Well, personally, to me, I would say it was a tough one between Jimi Hendrix and him, but I would say Freddie Mercury. I was a huge fan of the Queen growing up, so it was tough not listening to any more of their music.
So not Jimi Hendrix, but
yeah, that was close.
Okay, what music artist you feel doesn't get the recognition they deserve and why?
Well, I have to agree with my my good friend Justin. I don't think it's specifically a artist. I just think it's like, it's a new genre now that everything's like popish. Everything is has like some type of mix and stuff like that. So like the real music, doesn't get really appreciated anymore. I think artists are now trying to like, change their music to like this new genre because it's what sells now, and it's just messing everything up, to my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Please state your name for the interview.
Chief Paul Perry.
Thank you. What and who inspired you to like music?
My father inspired me to like music. He was always playing records, and that's where I started my love for music.
Great. If you could bring back one great artist, who would it be and why?
Elvis Presley. He died way too young.
And what music artist you feel does not get the recognition they deserve and why?
Lindsey Buckingham, the guitarist and songwriter for Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
Just because he is so brilliant and so innovative that he's never gotten the true appreciation that he should have.
Okay. Thank you, Chief Perry.
You're welcome.